Okay, so I've done previous videos on using embellishments with sus chords, so like you doing D and then doing sus chords, and that's to create some movement in the chord sequence. So if I just went D, C to G, and I put some embellishment, it just gives a bit of movement. So that's using sus chords and very straightforward additional notes. Now I want to talk to you today about something called sixth intervals. So if I play a note and I move up 6 notes from there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if I play them apart, that's called a sixth because they are a sixth note distance away from each other. Now these notes can be very pleasant on the ears, and what you can do is you can use these sixth shapes going up and down the fretboard to create movement in chords as well. So if I give you an example of a Lucky Man, it's a very straightforward song, but I'm going to do the embellishments on the A chord. So if you listen, oh, I did some on the D there. So keep it simple, so G, D, and then A. Now I'm going to use the embellishments of sixes on the A. I could go to any one of them. So that really, all them notes, all them chords are replacing when I just stay on that A. So you can imagine the equivalent for just staying on the A and then doing something interesting. Now you might not need to do anything as dramatic as what I did. You might do just a little simple and just do the next shape, or even that just subtle thing adds a really great interest. So we need to learn them shapes, and then I'm going to show you how to implement them into the chord. So here, this is what the shapes look like. So if we start on the first shape, it's an A7, and you can see the tab music. This is how it stacks up. This is your 5th string of 0, and the 4th strings are 2, and then the 3rd strings are 0, then the 2nd strings are 2nd fret, and then a 0. So that should stack up like this. Okay. Now what I want you to do is use the 2nd finger here, because when you're moving up to the next shape, you can use your 3rd finger on a different fret. So you're only going to have these 2 shapes. You're either going to have that shape where it's parallel and it's the same fret, or you're going to have this shape where this one's a fret ahead and that one's a fret behind. So you're either going to have that shape or that shape. So if I play the shapes going up, watch. That's the first shape I was on about. Then it goes to the 2nd shape, back to the first shape, see it's parallel, keep on the first shape, then to the 2nd shape, stays on that, then back to the first shape, the last 2 shapes. Alright, so this 2nd finger stays on this 4th string constantly, and it's your 1st and 3rd finger that are altering. So you've either got the parallel shape where it's on the same fret, this is on the 2nd string, see there? Or you've got it where this is on the fret behind. Okay, so let's just go up the tab music. So you've got this A7 shape. So the next shape, on the 4th string you've got the 4th fret, and on the 2nd string you've got the 3rd fret. So that should sound like this. It should look like this. So see there? So this is on the 4th fret, that's on the 3rd. So when I say the numbers, I'll say 2 and 2. I mean the top one's 2 and the bottom one's 2. And then if I say 4 and 3, I mean the top note here is 4 and that's a 3. And then 5 and 5, so we move this one to 5, and that's on 5 as well. And then 7 and 7, so you're keeping that shape, moving it up 2 frets. And then 9 and 8, so you want to move this one to 9, see there? And then this on the 8, so it's going back to that second shape. And then 11 and 10, keeping that shape, just moving it up 2 frets. Then you got 12 and 12, so put that on there, and we use third finger to get the 12 there. And then 14 and 14, which is actually the same as that. It's an octave higher. So I'm going to show you that on the here. So you got 2 and 2, then 4 and 3. Then you got 5 and 5. Moving that shape up 2 frets to 7 and 7. And then to 9 and 8. And then to 11 and 10. And then to 12 and 12. And then going up to the 14s. So you can practice that, maybe pause it, work on it. I'm going to show you the shapes just going up, so there. So you can see how this second finger stays on that string, and it's these 2 fingers either side that create the notes. So I'll say that 2 and 2, 4 and 3, 5 and 5, 7 and 7, 9 and 8, 11 and 10, 12 and 12, 14s. Okay, so how to put that in the sequence. So we're just gonna, I'll show you a sequence that I'm going to use this lucky man, which is down here. So you got G for 2 beats, 1, 2, and then D for 2 beats, 1, 2, and then you got this A7 chord for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now within that A7 chord, you can go to any of them shapes. You can go to that shape for the full bar, or you could go to numerous shapes in there. Literally, you can do any of these shapes at any time during that A7 there. So I might, let's get the G and the D. So G to D. So that's the start of it. And then you can do a full 4 beats of any of them shapes. So I might go to the 5s there like that and just play that for the 4 beats. So watch this. Sounds a bit odd, but it sounds quite nice. It's something extra. So I might go to the 7s now here. So that causes a bit of tension, which makes you want to go to another note, but tension's sometimes good. That's keeping interest. So I might go to the 4 and the 3 now. That gives a bit of tension as well, makes you want to come back to this original chord. So what I do, you could try playing this chord and then go into any of the other ones. Alright, let's try that. And then 2 beats on that, 1, 2, and then to the 5. So G, D, 2 beats on that, and then 2 beats on 4 and 3. So G, on this, and then the 9 and 8. So G, and then to the 7s. maybe to the 12s. And 10. I might want to do a chord for each beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do that again. So starting on the A7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might do that again, but on a different start note. So I'll start here. 1, 2. So starting on the 5s, so 5s, 7s. I might want to try it backwards, so starting on the 11. I'll do that again, so starting on 11 and 10. Okay, so you can see that there's unlimited options. You can start on any of them, and then you can go to any other shape within that, all on that A7 chord, so they can be replaced by it, and you're starting to add some interest. Now that's just one chord. You can actually use these shapes if you find out what they are in the different chords. You can be doing this on your whole sequence. Now that might be a bit overkill, so it's the key to it is to use it subtly, not over the top. And that's where you watch guitarists and they're doing all these added extra little things with these notes, and basically they're just using little embellishments, but they're doing it sparingly, and that's what makes it sound good. Otherwise you will, if I was to overkill it, you'd be like, oh, I can't hear the song, you're messing about too much. Alright, I hope that helps. A bit of an interesting bit of theory video, but you can put it into something practical. So